All right, now for the minor arcana cards for week 9, we have the eights. Eights represent mastery, action, and accomplishment. Actually, the Eight of Swords is one of my absolute favorite cards. And I also really like the Eight of Cups because I feel like it is one of the most self-explanatory, easy cards when it comes up in a reading. It just speaks volumes. It's very simple, but yet it speaks volumes. Actually, the Eight of Wands does that too. So anyways, let's start with the Eight of Wands. So fun fact, in the original Rider Tarot deck, the Eight of Wands is the only card that does not have a person in it. It is literally just 8 wands in movement. And that is what these cards, the eights to me are a lot more simplified than some of the other cards. The 8 is just about action. That's what it is about. It is about action being taken. If somebody pulls up this card, like, what should I do? Should I leave my husband? Pulls the act. Yep, take that action. Take some sort of action, right? Never tell anybody to leave their husband. But it's about being on the move. It's about fast-paced change. It's about just movement. It can also be about actual air travel, but it is about speed. It is about action. It is about movement. It is about doing things. It is literally everything that the fire energy is, right? Like, it's about just getting shit done and going. And it is the opposite of standing still. Okay. It's very simple. I could talk about it 10 different ways, but it all means the same thing. And then we have the Eight of Cups. In the Eight of Cups, remember, cups are emotions, feelings. It's literally a person who is walking away from the cups. And that is what this card is about. This card is about walking away, and it is about moving on. So again, it's very simple. It's literally saying, something is happening and you need to leave. Also, it can be about withdrawing. It can be about escaping. If you literally look at the picture, that is what is happening. No matter which way you put it, this person is leaving a situation. So whether they're moving on, whether they're walking away, whether they're abandoning something, whether they're withdrawing, whether they're escaping, the entire energy of this card is to leave something behind. The thing is you're leaving something behind to go search for something else, okay? It's about moving on. It's also about leaving your comfort zone. This card also can very, very, very much represent disappointment, right? Because when you're feeling the need to leave something, you're feeling disappointed. So the gist of the Eight of Wands is take action and speed. And then we have the Eight of Cups that's saying move on, withdraw, leave. And then we have the Eight of Swords. And this is why I love the Eight of Swords, because to me, the Eight of Swords is a woman who is lightly wrapped and her eyes are lightly covered and the swords are around her. They're not all the way around her. And in the back, there's a castle. So the thing I love about this card is this card represents self-inflicted wounds, self-inflicted misery, self-inflicted problems, victim mentality. The thing is that all she has to do is shake it off and take off the blindfold and realize that she's not even surrounded all the way by swords and there's a castle in the background. Like, she can solve these problems all on her own. That's why I love this card, because it's not about outside influences. It's about taking responsibility, and you can solve it yourself, okay? It's about self-imposed restrictions. It's about self-limiting beliefs. It's about feeling trapped. It's about victim mentality, negative thoughts, imprisonment, all of these things. But it's self-done, I mean, some might say it could be about it's an interesting situation, right? Like, what's happening? Like, there's something weird going on. But ideally, it's just about victim mentality and self-limiting beliefs and not taking responsibility and knowing that you can actually take responsibility and just shake it all off. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about finishing something that you started. In this picture, he is working. That is what he's doing. He's working and he is stacking all these pentacles all along this tree. Remember, pentacles are about earth, money, abundance, material items. So in this card represents working hard on something. That's what it represents. It represents putting in the work, mastering something, apprenticeship, practice, and training. Okay, so the Eight of Wands says take action. The Eight of Cups says walk away and leave something. The Eight of Swords says, self-limiting beliefs, obstacles, victim mentality, negative thoughts. And then the Eight of Pentacles says work hard, develop your skills, focus, apprenticeship, mastery. Okay. So we're almost to the 10s, right? So we're like still working through some of the kinks. I want to talk a little bit more about this 8 of Pentacles. And it's also about finishing something you started. It's about doing the work, putting in the work, developing the skills, doing the apprenticeship, right? So if this card's coming up, say you're struggling in a relationship and you're like, how does a Pentacles card relate to relationships? Well, you know what? Are you doing the work in the relationship? Are you finishing? Are you, something that you started? Are you sticking it through? Are you developing the skills that you need to have a good communication? Are you mastering what it's like to be the role of the wife? Are you going to therapy? Are you doing the work? So this card isn't just about actual work and physical money. Like you can put that energy toward any aspect, even if it's like, I can't lose weight. Well, you pull this card. Are you putting in the work? Are you doing the things that you're supposed to be doing? Okay. So just another recap. I love the energies of the 8s because it's really about mastery, action, and accomplishment. And it's like, you're almost there. And after this, the cards, they start to come to full completion. Okay. So let's start with the 8 of Cups. You're going to want to walk away from things. You're going to move on. You might be disappointed. You might feel abandoned. You need to withdraw. It's about escapism. Whatever it is, it's about leaving something behind to go search for something else. The 8 of Pentacles. Remember, it's about finishing what you started. Practice, training, doing the work, repetitive tasks, developing skills, mastering something. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which is being about out and about, fast-paced change, actions being taken. It could be about air travel, speed. And then we have my beloved 8 of Swords, which is about self-imposed restrictions, self-limiting beliefs, feeling trapped, feeling like there's obstacles, having negative thoughts. This could be physical or mental imprisonment. So that is the minor arcana for this week, the 8s.